So you're super excited. You just got your insurance license and you're like, oh my word, I'm going to sell a lot of different products. I'm going to maybe sell mortgage protection insurance and selling final expense telesales. And I'm going to sell annuities and Medicare supplement, Medicare Advantage sales. Oh my, I'm going to policies. I've got so much to offer. Well, I want to give you some words of caution so that you don't become a needless tragedy of the industry. So many insurance agents find success, but yet 90% of the agent force fails. And sometimes it's because they failed to have this little simple conversation that we're going to have right here, right now, and they didn't know any better. So you've got your license. Yes, you can sell a lot of different products, but if you want to be a top performer, if you want to be in the best chance to win, my word of caution to you when you first join insurance sales is stay in a very boring product at first that you picked, that you have a passion about. If you're passionate about final expense telesales or you really like the great folks that you serve, then good. Put all of yourself into a boring product. You'll actually get more out of this industry by being the best, by being a specialist in one simple product versus these folks that find themselves on the floor of failure because they want to do everything and be everything to everybody. A heart surgeon makes in general practice. A brain surgeon makes so much more than a general practice physician. You can't be everything. And even your general practice physician knows to refer you to a specialist. All right. So many insurance agents neglect this when they first jump into the industry. They're like, I've got my license. I'm going to sell a lot of different products and I'm just going to make buku dollars. Well, you could, but not really likely. If you want to last in this industry, start off with one boring product at first, whether it's the vertical of maybe an accelerated market, a more intensely amazing vertical, but it's a more educated vertical, annuities. That's a major vertical that you could make a lot of success with. But maybe you're like, you know what? I'm going to start off with final expense telesales at first. I'm going to get good at that before I step into a different vertical. You've got to know that there's good choices to be had. Are you ready to make that decision? Make a decision and then double down into action, whether it's final expense telesales, where you can get a lot of great folks that are more middle class consumers and not a lot of money consumers. They're great folks that need you. There's an endless supply. 11,000 people are turning age 65 every single day and are going to do so for the next decade. That's amazing. But when you step into annuity sales, that's a more educated vertical. You've got to be more educated yourself to know what you're doing. It's great. It's grand. But a lot of insurance agents get hurt diving into annuity sales when they first start off if they've never sold an annuity a day in their life. Final expense telesales, super easy to understand. Guaranteed rate lock, guaranteed death benefit. Let's just get you approved. All right. It's very simple where you step into different verticals like Medicare insurance sales. If you make a mistake, it can cost grandma and grandpa a whole lot of money. That really is gut wrenching when you are now one that doesn't understand maybe what you're doing. So in this industry, I would encourage you to go myopic. If you want to have the best chance of making more, being more, delivering more value, specialize in one very simple, boring product at first that you picked. And then once you become successful, where you're a six-figure income earner, hopefully, then dive into another vertical. I made this mistake early on in my career. I had a plethora in my portfolio to sell. I could sell cancer policies and long-term care insurance and Medicare insurance and my goodness, life insurance and term insurance and mortgage protection insurance and key man insurance and IULs and ULs and what annuity would you like? I've got them all in my repertoire. And let me tell you, I didn't know a lot about hardly any of them when I first started off in the industry, and I didn't sell as much as I did later on in the industry when I laser focused on just life insurance. And then once I mastered life insurance, I then made it about another vertical. Then I grabbed another one into the arsenal and focused on annuity sales. Then I grabbed another one into the arsenal and became unconsciously competent in maybe Medicare sales. And my word of advice to you is keep your world small, my friends. If you want to have the best chance of making your wallet fat, you've got to be about one thing, laser like focus. And I know nowadays we're kind of in this distraction marketing era of let's not have face-to-face time with our families because we're in this dummy box we call a phone. Maybe you're distracted with YouTube and all these different verticals that you see, and it's taking your attention away. Remember that money Money in this industry follows myopic attention and activity, activity, activity. And you're not going to have a lot of activity when you're all over the place when you're first starting. That's why it's so important to have a good trainer, to have a good mentor. And we do recruit agents nationally to sell life insurance, Medicare insurance, and annuities face to face for you face to face insurance agents out there, as well as in the telespace, and free resources for your taking at jasonfinalexpense.com. No matter what work family that you align with, we'd be glad to serve you. But we recruit agencies all the time to take it to the next level. But you've got to understand, you've got to be myopic. You've got to focus on one thing. And focus is something that is easy to fail at times. When we fail to focus, we just have to readjust. That's all it is. Readjust and then dive into action. This business is a action-oriented business. Number two, a mistake that a lot of insurance agents make is that they overanalyze. They want to analyze the business because that's easier to swallow than seeing the action that it's going to take to have a to take home. This is an industry that's performance-based. Those that do are those that get. And everybody wants the getting without the doing. You've got to understand it's kind of like growing your own food in a garden. You're going to get dirty. It's easier to go to the grocery store, but that's a higher cost, right? You want to get your calluses on, get dirt underneath your fingernails, and get in where the stinky stuff in the industry is showing up. The stinky stuff in the industry is training. The stinky stuff is buying your leads when you don't feel like it. The stinky stuff in the industry is showing up when you don't feel like it. Feelings will find you broke. Good habits, good discipline give you a chance, not a guarantee, a chance to win. And winners show up when they don't feel like it. Winners know how to give a good presentation because they've practiced it. Tiger Woods doesn't just show up and just amazingly win PGAs, all right? He just doesn't when he didn't practice. He practices all the time. Michael Jordan, same thing. LeBron James, same thing. Those great performers at the top of their level show up and train all the time. And that's why they've got the notches on their belts. That's why they've got just amazing success stories because they showed up. My friends, half the battle in this industry is showing up, delivering value, showing up, training, mentoring, showing up, buying leads again. I don't feel like showing up on Monday. I'm doing it again. Let's go. And duplicating habitual behavior. Those that do in this industry have the best chance of getting. And some days you're going to have days where, you know what? Feel like you got hit in the face with a 2x4. It doesn't feel good. But when you go myopic, one boring product, you go, you know what? I can just talk to one more person today. A bad day just means there's the beginning of a really good day coming for you because you got the nose out of the way. And when you know this, that there's going to be some pain, there's going to be some stinky times before I start shining like a new penny in this industry. You got to understand this industry, no pain, no gain. But there's no better life. And I've been in this industry for over 2+ decades, 20+ years. And I'm so blessed by the agencies that align in our work family and agents that have joined us nationally to sell a ton of life insurance and Medicare insurance and in the vertical of annuity sales. Oh my goodness, it's amazing. But it's about making our clients' lives better than when we first found them. It's about helping us as agents become the best version of ourselves that we're capable of. Whether we're brand new or whether we're agents that have been in this industry 20, 30 years, we've got to train. We've got to keep the scalpel sharp. We can't get dull. And the moment that we don't do, we don't get. This industry is all about getting on the leads, the best leads that we can get our hands on. And maybe you're in a work family that isn't providing good leads, or you're overpaying for leads. You're paying $20 a lead, something crazy for an exclusive lead. Reach out at jasonfinalexpense.com. We can give you some resources that may give you some really good handshakes on that. But you've got to make this business about what it is. Finding leads, seeing the people, delivering value, solving their problem with a product, and now you sold a policy. It's really simple, but you're going to become more unconsciously competent in this industry when you really understand I don't need to sell everything. I need to sell one thing and become a winner, because when you win, you know what? Your clients can win in return. It's all about them, but you've got to be laser focused and focused. Something that a lot of insurance agents really fail to see it for what it is. Yeah, get shined on thinking you can make 6 figures selling annuities, 6 figures selling life insurance, 6 figures selling Medicare insurance. Yes, that is the truth. You could, but you know what? 90% of the agents don't, because they don't buy their leads. They don't show up. They don't train. And sometimes it just isn't in the cards. Not everybody's built to be a 1099 insurance agent with that grind, that go, that get out of bed when no one's telling you what to do. Some agents are really they're okay with being a W-2 where they're told when to show up, told when they get to take a vacation, told when they can come and go, and that's okay too. But top performers know that I'm going to take the world and just go because I'm going to deliver all these just amazing products to solve the pain and to solve the problems. I'm a amazing agent. You got to say that to yourself. I'm an amazing agent. I'm going to go help some folks today. I'm an amazing agent. I'm going to help some folks today. You've got to have positive affirmations in your life because the industry is negative and we can't let that seep into us because what's in you is going to come out of you. Make sure that you stay positive, and you know what? That'll give you the best chance of getting after it today. I hope you become a success story and not a statistic. There's so many amazing agents that love this industry, but don't get distracted. Don't have diminished chances of dollars in this industry because you got derailed by every little shiny email, every little shiny miracle CRM that you think is going to be the magic bullet. The magic bullet is just showing up and delivering value and becoming the best version of yourself once you stay myopic and have found success. If we can do anything to serve you, jasonfinalexpense.com. Remember, my friends, you've got what it takes. We'll see you soon.